ready to get going in quarter number 2, and the Saints find themselves in a 6-0 hole and a big 3rd and 5 on the Northside 15-yard line. They're within field goal range, but you got to believe Dwenger's thinking 6 here.
I formation, Gavin Groves is your tailback.
Lytle takes a peek back in the backfield, now takes a snap. Groves gets the ball, cuts back inside, driving forward. He'll have a couple, but he's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, he may be 3 yards short. They didn't get much out of that. Going to be 4th and 3, so they're sending John Michael Fabini in on offense, and probably a power eye type of set here, I'm guessing.
So the Saints are going to go for it on 4th and 3.
You want to talk about a big defensive play for the Legends here in the first half. This is it.
They'll come out in a power formation. Again, they need 3 yards, and Lytle comes back with 3 men in the backfield behind him, and the Saints will call a timeout. We are going to step aside as well. Saints, again, facing a 4th and 3 deep in Northside territory. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find a home away from home built on Catholic and Franciscan traditions. We're ready to walk beside you as you navigate your higher education career, and we'll help you find scholarships and financial aid options to take the stress out of paying for college. We look forward to meeting you soon. Call 260-399-8000 to schedule a visit today. Learn more about how you can build your future at sf.edu. You belong here.
We are back at Shields Field. Corey, big play call. What do you anticipate here from the Saints?
It is. It looks like they're going back again with that power eye look more than likely. No, they're going to send field goal kicker out. Joe Belanda's coming out. They're going to take 3 here. Interesting decision early in the second quarter. Probably a good idea. They don't want to give the Legends any momentum. At least put some points on the board and get started on the scoreboard here a little bit.
Well, when points are a premium, you take them when you can get them. And Belanda is as sure from 30 yards as you can be. Kick is up. Plenty long enough. It looks good. It is. Saints on the board. They now trail the Legends 6-3 with 11:11 to go in the second quarter. We'll step aside. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Back at Shields Field, 6-3. And the Saints have cut into the Legends lead here at Shields Field. Saints are going to kick off, and we're going to see that Redskin, or the Legend offense. There it is. I knew I'd call them the Redskins at some point.
Yeah.
We're going to see the offense again. The last time out, they had a nifty touchdown pass to Turner on a well-placed ball from Deuce Taylor.
Really good drive, actually, to be honest. Multiple plays there that were very good. Each one set up the next. Did a really nice job on that last offensive drive. We'll see what they've got in the tank this time.
Legends gunning for their first sectional title in 30 years. They have not won a sectional since 1990. Belanda, who just connected on the field goal, is set to kick things away for the Saints. Puts his boot into it. Bronte Johnson fields it at the 11-yard line. The fabulous freshman takes it on the far side, cuts back inside, and taken down just across the 20.
Really good coverage there. Michael Finley, senior, all special teams player for the Saints in there to make that tackle, and great job out of him.
So here comes Deuce Taylor and company. You got to feel like momentum's on their side. I know Dwenger just scored, but for the Northside offense to put a touchdown on the board and then hold Dwenger to 3.
Yeah, they're going to have
a big statement.
Going to have to go a long way thanks to that Dwenger special teams again. So here we go.
They spread things out on first down. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, and now man in motion. Here's Taylor, takes a snap, hands off to Lambert through the middle, bounces off the pile, and drives up to the 30-yard line. That's a nice pickup on first down.
Yeah, found some real nice running room in the middle of that Saints defense, did Hassan Lambert, and going to bring up about 2nd and 4.5, maybe, yeah, around 4.
One other benefit of the Legends having a successful night on the ground is they keep the clock moving and they keep the ball away from the Saints.
And it's something they didn't do in the first game, quite frankly.
Right. 2nd and 4. Taylor's going to hand off to Lambert again, and he gets straight through the pile and runs through a couple tackles all the way up to the 45-yard line.
I got to tell you, Eric, Hassan Lambert is a different player than what we saw in week 2. He is running with a lot more confidence after that big week 1 week ago. And, just kind of going roughshod there through the middle of that Saints D so far.
Well, you talked about at the opening of the show, their first matchup, the Saints made the Legends one-dimensional. And so far, they have not been able to do that tonight. The Legends have been connecting on the ground and through the air. 1st and 10 at the Bishop Dwenger 45. Taylor fakes the handoff, just gets rid of the football. Caught by Johnson on the sideline, who makes a move and is down the far sideline, nearly tripped up, then cuts back inside to the 20, and Johnson somehow stayed upright and kept his balance to pick up over 30 yards.
I think that's a run-pass option where Taylor has the ability to either hand it off to Lambert or chuck it outside to Johnson, and he went sidearm, kind of a Patrick Mahomes throw out to the right side, and man is Johnson electric. The opportunity to call his name for the next 3 years after this one. Just a freshman.
Unbelievable. 1st and 10, man in motion for the Legends. Here's a pitch back to Lambert. He's taking it around the near side and cuts up between 2 blockers inside the 20-yard line to the 16.
A nice little toss sweep, but really nice play from a free safety spot by Colin Vance. He ran right through the alley there and came up with that tackle, or else it would have been an even bigger play.
Yeah, that might have been 6 points there if Vance doesn't make that stop. The Bishop Dwenger defense is on their heels right now, as the Legends have already driven this ball inside Bishop Dwenger red zone. 9:18 to go until halftime. Taylor comes out in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the far side of the field, takes a snap, hands it off to Lambert. This time the Saints are there. Big tackle for a loss, and that's Devin Tippmann.
Yep, he read that counter tray extremely well. They had a lot of success with that. In fact, last week, Northside started the game against Northrop with that exact play, ran it 4 times in a row, and scored a touchdown. That counter tray where they pull the right and the left guard out in front to the left side of Hassan Lambert, and the Saints obviously had studied that very well on film this week.
Loss of 3 on the play. Now it's 3rd and 8. Big play here for the Saints defense. 3 receivers to the far side. Now empty backfield for Taylor. He looks, fires across the middle into heavy traffic. It falls incomplete. Taylor a little bit off target, but there was not a lot of room to throw.
No, there wasn't, and he didn't have much time to do it either. They put a little heat on him there, and going to bring up a big 4th and about 8.
And it looks like the offense stays on the field. Again, ball on the 19-yard line, 4th and 8. And we'll see what they dial up here. The Dwenger faithful making some noise here. It's going to be a shotgun formation for Deuce Taylor. Takes a snap, he's rolling to his right, looking to throw. He's got pressure, gets rid of the football just in time, and the catch is made on the far sideline for a first down.
Who else? Jordan Turner, their leading receiver by receptions, and obviously leads 5A with 54 coming into tonight. On 4th and 8, that's who you go to, and that's a big play for the Legends.
If Taylor doesn't get rid of that football on that exact second, that's a fumble going back the other way.
Yeah, they put a lot of heat on him. They did. The Saints defense did a front 7 right there, but just got it off in time.
It's going to be a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Taylor's in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Lambert. Cuts back through the middle of the 5, down to the 1, and he's going to be stopped there at the 1-yard line.
Nearly got there again. A lot more balance than we saw in week 2 against the Saints. The ability to run and pass has the Dwenger defense on their heels.
Legends quickly up to the line. Taylor under center. And he's going to try to sneak it in.
Oh,
and the ball
out.
comes out. It looks like the Saints fell on it.
They did.
It is Bishop Dwenger football. Incredible turn of events.
On a quarterback sneak, he coughed the ball up. They're talking about it now, though. Taylor thinks he was in the end zone before it came out of his hands, and the officials are talking about it.
Still waiting for the official sign.
Now, I think that's a touchback.
It
Yep,
is.
It is a touchback.
Wow. And if the ball did come out before the end zone, it was close, Corey.
What a turn of events. And we had the Bishop Dwenger Media Productions replay. I'd love to see that. Whether it'd be tough. You'd almost need a camera on the goal line there to tell you whether he crossed the plane before he lost possession.
It looked like his initial lunge was stuffed, and he tried to juke to the left side to find a different hole. And as he reached the ball forward, he was hit and the ball came out.
You want to talk about dodging a bullet. The Saints defense just did that.
So instead of going up by 2 scores there, instead it's Saints football with a bit of momentum on their side. They'll spread things out. 3 receivers to the far side. Hand it to KJ Tittman. A lot of running room through the middle. And he's up across the 30-yard line, 11 yards on first down.
Looked like just a little inside zone play, just kind of straight up the middle, found a lane, and made a nice gain for a first down.
Saints on the move here, 7:21 to go until halftime. Northside leads this ball game 6-3. A Jordan Turner touchdown, a failed PAT, and a Joe Belanda 30-yard field goal got us here. Here's Lytle, looks to throw, swings it out, screen pass to KJ Tittman on the near side, cuts inside to the 35 and up to the 40-yard line. Another 9-yard gain for the Saints.
Yeah, nice gain there. Nobody on the coverage of the back out of the backfield, and the Saints found something there.
Saints starting to move the ball in big chunks here and staying ahead of the sticks. That's something we saw the first couple drives Bishop Dwenger was not doing. 4 wideouts for the Saints this time. Lytle's under center. Going to be a quarterback keeper. Lytle pushes forward. An easy 4 yards there for a Saints first down.
Yep, just as you mentioned, a quarterback sneak right up the middle. Move the chains and huddle back up and do it again. Lytle's looks a little bit injured there coming off the pile, but I think he'll be fine.
Yep, trying to shake it off. He'll step to the sideline to get the call for this play. You know, we saw Lytle with a huge quarterback sneak on 4th down in their first matchup this year as the Saints were able to keep the football and run out the clock. 1st and 10 at the at the Bishop Dwenger 44-yard line. Lytle rolls. He's running out of time, rolls back to his right, gets rid of the football, and that's going to fall incomplete. And that time Lytle smartly got rid of the ball.
Legends, another scheme item. We talked about having the tight end on offense. On defense, they're running their defensive end straight up the field to cut off that rollout. And that's forced Lytle to come back against the grain and bail out of that roll and kind of throws the play timing off completely.
It worked the first time when he was able to tuck it and run on the previous possession, but that time nobody home, and it's a 2nd and 10. Lytle in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the far side. Inside handoff to KJ Tittman. That time, not much, maybe 2 yards.
We're in a power play right straight up the middle. Austin Busher, the right guard, pulled and went left to the left side. Power there and picked up a few, but going to bring up a 3rd and about 7.
Big play for the Saints. I feel like we've said that a lot of times already.
Yeah. You know, credit the Northside defense. They have come to play tonight.
That they have. Legends lead this one 6-3, 5:25 to go in the second quarter. Lytle in the shotgun, flanked by KJ Tittman. He's going to keep it himself on the quarterback keeper across the 50-yard line up to the 48.
Yep.
And that's good for a gain of about 4 yards.
Went speed option to the short side of the field, and he never pitched. He kept it and went north and south with it, and it's going to bring up about a 4th and 2, Eric.
Big play. The Saints, looks like they're keeping their offense on the field.
You'd think they'd try to draw them off first and then maybe run the ball here, but we'll see what they elect to do. They've got some personnel changes coming in at the last minute.
They're down to 12 on the play clock, just breaking huddle now.
Plenty of time.
Yep. And Lytle trying to draw him off sides, and instead he's going to punt this one away. Quick punt. Lytle's had success so far this year. This one's going to bounce down about the 10-yard line and die right at the 11.
Pretty well done and well executed, and the beauty of that is they can't set up a return, so you're going to force Northside deep and send your defense back out.
But still a win for the Northside defense.
There's no question about it. No question about it. They have come to play in this first half, and to keep the Saints out of the end zone so far is a huge win.
Again, 2 early turnovers for the Saints on their opening drive. Lytle threw an interception in the end zone. That was their the deepest that they have advanced into Northside territory tonight. 1st and 10 Legends at their own 11-yard line. Deuce Taylor in the shotgun. And a low snap just barely gets it off to Lambert, and he is stopped in the backfield.
Yeah, looked like we had KJ Tittman in there on defense. We haven't seen that much this season, but no, excuse me, that's Jack Tittman. Jack Tittman in there from his defensive line spot. Often plays tight end, but he's in there in the defensive line rotation and made a big stick for loss there.
Yeah, it's good for a loss of 3. So 2nd and 13, the ball now inside their own 10-yard line. Taylor takes a snap, pressure off the edge, just gets rid of it to Johnson. He is hit, and a spectacular tackle there at the 6-yard line.
Adam Lee comes up and makes a big stop. Again, another play for, if not, maybe they picked up a yard on the play, but certainly not what they were wanting in yardage, and that's a nice play by the Dwenger corner.
And yet another play where Taylor had to get rid of the football because he had pressure in his face.
Well, I think they're doing a really good job, quite frankly, of getting the ball out of his hands so far. You know, he held it way too long in that first game against the Saints and paid for it.
Right.
So this is part of their game plan. Get it out quick.
3rd and 12. Here comes the pressure through the middle for Deuce Taylor. He rolls, gets rid of it, and is just able to get that out of the scrum. Incomplete. And a big stop there by the Saints is going to force a Northside punt.
Really good series from the Dwenger defense. A couple of tackles for loss and an incomplete pass there. That's that's what you want from your defense when you set them back deep in their own territory like this. And this is going to be a big punt for the Legends. They've not been great. They've rolled one back to the punter earlier in this game, so we'll see if they can get one off out of their end zone.
Yeah, they don't want to do that this time with their punter standing 7 yards deep in his own end zone. Here's a snap, good snap, gets it away. Not a very strong punt, though. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 34-yard line.
That's what we talked about in the opening. You know, I mean, the Saints went conservative. They pooch punted. They send the defense out. They get a big stop, a loss of yardage, in fact. Make the other team, make the Legends punt out of the end zone. They get off a poor punt, and the Saints pick up about 10 or 15 yards in field position in the swap.
Right. And a fresh set of downs. 2:58 to go in the second quarter. Can the Saints get on the board in the end zone for the first time tonight? Lytle barking out some signals. Here's a snap. Hand off to KJ Tittman around the left side, cutting back in across the 30 to the 26-yard line as he picks up 8 yards on first down.
Yeah, nothing special, just a little inside zone run, and found some nice yardage right up the middle of that Legends defense.
Well, for all the miscues that Dwenger's had so far in this game, they now have the ball deep in Northside territory with a chance to take the lead before halftime. Going to be 2nd and 2 for Lytle and company. Inside handoff, this time shoestring tackle maybe about a half yard short of the marker.
Hassan Lambert, their all-world running back, is in the backfield from his middle linebacker spot and is able to trip up KJ before he gets a first down. Third and real short here.
Yeah, about a half a yard. Maybe you call the Lytle QB sneak again. They're going to spread things out. Lytle does keep it himself, and he's going to easily pick up the first down.
Like Nostradamus over there. Well done.
Yeah, it's been good for a guaranteed 3 or 4 yards this season. So Saints wisely pick up the first down, move the sticks. They've got the ball worked down to the 22-yard line now. Clock running, and the Saints in no hurry. 6-3 Legends, 1:42 to go in the opening half. This time the Saints put 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side for Lytle. And KJ again takes a handoff to the left side and gets about 1 yard before he is tackled from behind.
Yeah, pretty good job out of the Legends defense. LaShawn Miller on the stop there for the Legends. LaShawn's had a really good year for Northside on defense. I show 94 tackles and 17 tackles for loss on the season. That's a lot of big plays defensively.
Second and a long 9 for the Saints. Exactly 1 minute left in the opening half. Now man in motion is O'Keefe. Lytle takes the high snap, rolls to his right, chucks it across the middle. He's got a man open. It's Campbell, and he's tackled at about the 13-yard line.
Arian McCarter there on the tackle and saves it from being a really big play. And it's going to bring up about second and about 2 or 3.
Yep.
And remember, the Saints, 44 seconds left, just call a timeout, and they get the ball first in the second half after deferring to start this game. So if they can put some points on the board here and then come out in the second half and start on offense, they're right where they want to be.
Now, they'd love to punch it in the end zone, Corey, but we've seen several games this year where the Saints have had a chance at the end of the half to put 3 points on the board and have turned the ball over.
Well, somebody's got to tell him, don't force it here. There's no doubt about that. We'll take 3, we'll be tied at 6, and we get the ball first in the second half.
I'm getting some looks up here in the booth like I just cursed the Saints, but we'll see.
It was you, not me. Make sure the listening audience knows that.
This is analysis. This is good. This is healthy.
Oh, yeah, I'm 100%. They have got to just play this in a conservative fashion. They have 1 timeout left, plenty of time, 44 seconds. You get a first down here, you could even kill the clock by spiking it without any problem.
If you need to. The clock's going to stop with the first down.
It is, but if you need to.
Here's the first down play. Play action for Lytle into the end zone, going up to try to bring it down, and just off the fingertips there, looking for a flag and will get none.
And that's another play like we saw last week where he had a receiver open on the short route, wide open in his running back KJ Tittman. Instead, he went for more of a home run play and did not complete it, and that's going to bring up a big decision here on 4th and 2. He had the first down if he wanted it. He could have ran for the first down and instead went for the home run and didn't complete it.
3rd and 3 is not the time to take a deep shot. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 3. And we've got another timeout here by the Saints. They're going to talk about it. And Corey, let's keep it right here because this is exactly what happened on the drive earlier in the game where they lined up on 4th down, called the timeout, elected to take the 3 points. Do you think they do the same thing here?
Yes. If it were me, yes. Because you get the ball first in the second half.
Right.
I mean, there's no panic here. If you go out there on 4th down and run this into their defensive line and don't get it, then you've given them a whole new life heading into halftime.
Yeah.
I think you got to take the 3 here.
That's what they do. That is exactly what they do. And to the point I made earlier, the Saints have left points on the board at the end of the first half, and I think the coaching staff has learned their lesson there.
They have not played a very clean first half, quite frankly. Not what we're used to from them, but if you can go in at halftime tied and get the ball back to start the second half, you're right where you want to be.
Right. 38 seconds left in the first half. Belanda set to put this one in from 30 yards once again. just like his first kick. The snap is barely gotten up, and that field goal is no good.
Yeah.
The snap was mishandled a bit, barely got it down. Belanda pushed it low and to the left.
Yeah, that's something you don't see from the Saints special teams very often, but it looked like a low snap, tough for the holder to pick up, and just that threw the timing of the kickoff and wide left.
So a big break there by the Legends.
Still, you think about even, you gave them certainly some life there, but you're still going to get the ball to start the second half.
Right. We'll see how risky the Legends go here. They've got a first down with 35 seconds left on their own 20-yard line. They'll spread things out. Taylor takes a snap, fakes the handoff, and boy, that was close to a backwards pass, Corey.
Yeah.
Deflected at the line, incomplete.
And looking for the number on the deflection there from the Saints defense. Did a really nice job coming off the left side. Looked like, Sam Pisa. Absolutely. Nice job by Sam Pisa getting a hand on that ball to knock it down. And you're right. It made, because of the deflection, it almost appeared that it was a lateral.
I think after that play, the Legends coaching staff is going to be content to take a knee.
Yeah, and I don't blame them.
32 seconds. The Saints can't stop the clock with a timeout, and that's exactly what Deuce Taylor does. Takes a knee, and that will take us into halftime with the Legends on top of the Saints, 6-3, here in a sectional championship at Shields Field. We'll step aside for a 2-minute break and be back with our halftime show. You're listening to High School Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Check out Ellerding Honda Kawasaki Motorsports, now in its 54th year. Over 200 new and pre-loved cycles, scooters, ATVs, jet skis, and multi-purpose utility vehicles that tow, haul, and seat up to 6. Trailers, accessories, gear, and repair service. The 2020s are here. Get huge factory incentives and special rates if you qualify. Ellerding Motorsports, doing business since 1965 off Coliseum on State Road 930 in New Haven.
Is a financial advisor who understands your Christian values important to you? Reinbold and Anderson, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, offers financial planning that respects Christian principles. Call Reinbold and Anderson at 260-432-3235. Offices at 5750 Coventry Lane, Suite 110, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Ameriprise Financial provides financial services without regard to religious affiliation or cultural background. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
Brady Benefits and Associates, your trusted advisors, help employers and their employees live well, work well, and retire well with proper insurance, investment, and retirement income planning strategies. Call Matt Brady at 220-8800 or visit them at BradyBenefitUSA.com for more information on how Brady Benefits can help your business today.
Welcome back to Shields Field. Halftime score, Bishop Dwenger 3 and Northside 6. Bit of a surprising score for many who might just be tuning in. We thank those of you watching on BD Media Productions, and we'd like to remind you folks that since 1958, Bishop Lewis High School has proclaimed the gospel and excelled at academics, sports, and performing arts. Join us as we thank God for over 60 years of Catholic education. With that, we welcome you to the halftime show. Tonight's halftime sponsor, Shawnee Construction and Engineering, a full-service construction firm that meets and exceeds expectations. With a 94% repeat and referral business, when we say partnering for a lifetime, we mean it. And I think the Legends mean it tonight, Corey.
Yeah.
They came out ready to play, and they have not yielded at all.
No question about it. And, we really shouldn't be surprised. When you turn the ball over twice and miss a field goal in the first half, you're lucky to only be down 3.
Yeah. I mean, that play at the goal line, if that call goes the other way, which it easily could have.
Yeah.
The Saints are looking at a double-digit deficit right now.
No question about it. They are very, very fortunate to be down 3 points and getting the ball to start the second half.
And I think that's probably the message that the coaching staff has with the players right now, because I can't imagine the Saints playing. Yeah. I don't want to overstate things, but this is about the worst you could have imagined their first half going.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, you couldn't have played a whole lot worse in the first half, and you're down by 3 points, and you're getting the ball to start the second half. So, I'm sure that'll be the message. There's no panic in the Saints. They'll regroup, and I would assume we will see a much more spirited effort to start the second half.
Well, folks, I want to remind you that locally and family-owned for 35 years, Tim Didier Meats has built a reputation for fresh, custom meat orders. If you'd like that special cut of beef for your next gathering, Tim Didier Meats can help. Prime rib, filet mignon, and Tim's own special ground beef made fresh daily can be ordered within an hour's notice. To place your order, call 260-482-8400 or find them on the web at timdidiermeats.com. Now we'd like to send things over to Kevin Thompson, who has our first half stats. Kevin, what do you have for us?
Well, I actually wrote down the stats from the first game on the first half just to they were low, and I thought we'd have a lot more different stats at the end of the season. But really it's, about the same for Dwenger. Northside's definitely better on the rushing end, but Dwenger had 16 carries for 72 yards rushing in the first half. Lytle was 4 of 9 for 54 yards passing and the 1 interception. Northside, they were actually had negative 10 yards in the first game, rushing in the first half, and they were 15 of 57 yards rushing. And Taylor was 10 of 17 for 117 yards in the air.
So 174 total yards for the Legends and 126 for the Saints in the first half. Thanks, Stats Thompson.
And Lytle with 4 completions in the first half.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shocker there. That you wouldn't have put your money on that probably.
No. And I wonder partly if, as you said, the early interception, if the play calls were affected at all by that.
Well, I think that it probably was, but we've seen the last couple of weeks here, he's been going for the long ball and not taking his checkdowns on a regular basis. And if they don't get that fixed pretty soon, they aren't going to be around long in the playoffs.
Yeah, we keep talking about that, how they can only afford to do this against certain opponents. And when you get to a certain point in the tournament, it's going to cost you a football game.
They've had very little intermediate passing game for the last 2 weeks. It's either been a home run or it's been an incompletion or a turnover. So, that intermediate passing game is a big deal to move the chains. We saw that on 3rd and 3 down there right at the end of the first half, where he had a first down if he ran it. He had a first down if he hit KJ Tippmann out of the backfield, but instead he threw it into traffic in the end zone. It got knocked down, and it brought up 4th down, and they tried to field goal and missed it. So, he had an easy first down if he wanted it, and he took the more aggressive play.
All right, folks, we're going to step aside and be back to check some scores from around the area here on Sectional Championship Night. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. We treat all walks of life, from peewees to professionals, Olympians, and those in between. You can schedule at one of our 17 locations without a doctor's order, and we communicate with your physician. We accept all insurance plans and have the highest credentialed and reputable staff. Open 7 to 7 to schedule the same day you call. IPT gets you back to work, life, and play. Indiana Physical Therapy. Call 209-2464 or indianapt.com.
Participating in sports at our area Catholic schools develops important character traits and lifelong values in children. Through an endowment with the Catholic Community Foundation of Northeast Indiana, you can keep programs like these alive. If you're interested in creating a fund or would like professional planned giving services so you can leave a legacy for future generations, call the Catholic Community Foundation today at 260-399-1436.
Welcome back to Shields Field, 6-3. It's the Legends on top of the Saints here at halftime. And we want to send things down to Nick Gray, who's got some halftime scores. Nick, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, over at Bishop Luers right now, Bishop Luers is leading Eastside 28-14. The winner of that game is going to play the winner of the LaPel-Tipton game. Tipton's leading that matchup right now, 21-14. Homestead and Warsaw, they're tied at 14. Norwell's over at Concordia. Concordia's leading that matchup 17-0. East Noble's leading Leo 10-0. And keep in mind, folks, that the winner of tonight's game will play Zionsville They automatically got a bye, I guess. Is that what you would call it, guys? Because McCutcheon came down with a forfeit. So McCutcheon got sick and did not participate
it's
this evening.
unfortunate.
So very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. This time of the year, my job gets a little bit easier because there's less games.
Less games.
That's so I'm enjoying it. Back up to you.
There is nothing easy about what that man does down there on the sideline, I'll tell you that. Hey, as we look at those scores, Corey, I got to think that that lures East Side. I don't want to ruffle any feathers here, but it's a bit of an eye-opener.
Yeah, it is. And, I'm not surprised. Lures is much better than they were a year ago, and I think they're better than they were when they played the Saints in Week 7. They got a lot of guys back from injury. Carson Clark has been playing with a lot of confidence down there at quarterback. And they've been putting up some points, and they're doing it again tonight. With the shock to me is that I'm not surprised that they're ahead. I'm a little bit surprised that the Blazers from Eastside have given up 28 points. They came into tonight with the best defense in the state in any class, giving up less than 6 points a game. So the fact that Lures has 28 at half is that's an eye opener for me.
Well, yeah, they've pitched shutouts in over half their football games, so that's an incredible score right there. Just a part of a really exciting night of high school football. Sectional night's always fun, but these matchups we're getting tonight with cross-conference clashes. Concordia and Norwell playing, and we mentioned Bishop Lures Eastside. It's just a lot, and Homestead Warsaw as well.
Yeah, we've
that game tied up.
Been really fortunate in this area anyway that the sectionals, even though they're a blind draw, they almost appear to have been seeded because we've got in most cases locally we've got the two best teams in most every sectional playing for a sectional title. So that's a rare occurrence, but a really cool one at the same time.
And by the way, just to touch on that Lures game just for a minute. Sir Hale is not even playing tonight. He is injured.
From what we understand, yeah.
So just really impressive what the Knights are doing. And, of course, that game can be heard over on our internet stream, RedeemerRadio.com. The stat going into that game, Bishop Lures 35-2 all-time against NECC opponents. Those two losses, both coming to Eastside.
Yeah, there you go.
Trying to avenge last year's loss in the sectional semifinal up in Butler. So that is a look at the scores around the sectional field. We're going to take a break. When we come back, a couple other updates we want to share with you. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
All right, this one will be a 2-minute ad.
Okay.
Have you heard the story of the man living in a house facing an imminent flood? An authority drives by to recommend the homeowners evacuate. The man responds, "I have faith that God will save me," and ignores the ride. The floodwaters begin to rise, forcing the man to the second floor of his home, and authorities send out a rescue boat. The man again declines, exclaiming, "I have faith that God will save me." The waters continue to rise, forcing the man to his roof. A helicopter flies by and beckons him to hop in. The man again responds, "I have faith that God will save me." The waters soon overcome the house, and tragically, the man drowns. He is taken to the judgment seat, where he is incredulous. "I am a man of great faith in God. Why didn't he save me?" The judge responds, "Well, we sent a car and a boat and a helicopter." The moral of this tongue-in-cheek story is that God works through various means, including other people. Jesus draws us together into the body of Christ as a community, the church. We are designed to bear one another's burdens and to lift one another in times of trial. Some disparage the church as a crutch, but like the man in the story, we ignore these gifts of God to our peril. Let's pray. Father of grace and mercy, you call us to faith in you. Help us recognize the many ways you answer that faith, including through the community around us. Amen. This is Mike Kelly with Pray for Two. Listen to them anytime at godislove.blog or on the Redeemer Radio app.
Welcome back, folks. Halftime here at Shields Field, and as the Saints try to advance in the postseason, we talked last week about Bishop Dwenger already having a large measure of success in their fall sports this year. Just want to give a shout out and kudos to the girls soccer team who were crowned as state champs last Saturday. They beat Cathedral 1-0 in the Class 2A state title game. And that was a game that had no score in regulation, went through 2 overtimes with no score, went through a penalty kick with no score, and they went to sudden death PKs. And Cecilia Garrett made a save on the final PK to force the sudden death, and then Grace Morris converted in the first round of the sudden death for the win. And so congratulations to the Saints. Garrett named the Mental Attitude Award winner, and of course she's the daughter of football head coach Jason Garrett. But Corey, I wanted to point out something here. There are so many similarities between that championship game and the 2018 football state championship game for the Saints. Listen to this. Tell me if this sounds familiar. A first-year head coach leads a team through the regular season with only 1 loss, en route to an SAC title, and then a dominant defense carries them through the tournament. They only have 1 game that's decided by a single score in the tournament. And then in the state championship, both teams battle to a 0-0 tie after regulation, and it takes multiple extra periods to decide a winner. You even have a Garrett making a big play in the extra periods to extend the game, and then Bishop Dwenger winning it in the 4th extra period. How about that?
4th extra period.
There's just something about that 4th extra period.
Yeah, the Saints own the 4th overtime.
Yeah. If we ever get there, we know what's going to happen. So just a...
Awesome. That's well done.
It doesn't really mean anything.
Such a good storyteller, right?
Other than just a weird random
I like
correlation there. It doesn't really mean anything, but it's...
And maybe a foreshadow of football where we see a Dwenger Cathedral final.
That is true, although there's a lot of work to be done before that.
No question about it.
So congratulations to the girls soccer team. Also, volleyball is going to be playing in the Class 3A state championship tomorrow, and that's at Worthen Arena against Brebeuf. And Dwenger beat New Prairie 3-1 at the Logan Sports Semi-State to advance, and they're looking for their first state title ever in volleyball. So best of luck to the Lady Saints. And you talk about Dwenger defense. How's this for defense, Corey? They only lost 9 sets the entire season in volleyball.
Coach Hauser's done an amazing job with that program, and they just seem to reload and get better every year. And best of luck to them tomorrow. Hopefully they can be the second team of the fall here at Bishop Dwenger to bring a state championship home.
There you go. We'll take one final break here and be back with our 3rd quarter of action. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
All right, let's take 1 minute.
Looking for a fresh way to start your day?
Okay.
Need a little pick-me-up for your faith in the morning? We've got you covered with the Daily Refill. Join me, Andrea Serrani, weekday mornings from 7 to 8 for the best Catholic podcast, stories of faith from around the world and right here in our own community, plus some fun and games to help us start our days with faith and joy. Tune in weekdays at 7 for the Daily Refill on Redeemer Radio and in the Redeemer Radio app.
If you're new to an area and finding your way around, ask a local. If you're a business wanting the best talent, ask local staffing experts. We're Spherion Staffing, Fort Wayne staffing experts. Owners Tom and Elizabeth Pentenberg and their team bring over 10 years experience to hiring initiatives. Whether you need administrative, light industrial, or professional support, Spherion knows the local talent. Gain a hiring advantage. Call Spherion at 496-9900 or follow us on Facebook at Spherion Northeast Indiana.
Back at Shields Field, less than 2 minutes to go until we kick off this 3rd quarter. And I want to remind everyone that Notre Dame Federal Credit Union is the largest Catholic credit union in the United States. Notre Dame FCU has served over 800 Catholic entities in over 25 dioceses nationwide. These include colleges, parishes, schools, food pantries, homeless shelters, and Catholic radio stations, including Redeemer Radio. Member-owned, not-for-profit banking is the way to go. You already share our values. Why not share in our benefits? That's Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Corey, schematically, do you expect any big changes in the second half from the Saints?
You know, I don't think that they necessarily need to do much differently. They've got to possess the football and not turn it over. That would be helpful to start with. But I think this first drive is critical for both teams. If the Saints get the ball, first of all, they're going to start out with their kickoff return team. If they can get a big return, set their offense up with good field position, and then take it down the field and put a touchdown on the board, I think they'll be firmly in control of this game. If the Legends can get a stop here, then I think I think all bets are off at that point. We got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah. Well, last year Bishop Dwenger beat Northside 36-0 in week 2. That was the inaugural game here at Shields Field, and they followed that up by only losing by 13 in the sectional semifinals. So they improved by losing by 36-13, and this year they started by losing by 13 in week 2. And again, we've seen improvement from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. Could it be enough to put the Legends over the top tonight?
Yeah, we're going to see. We're 24 minutes from finding out. That's for sure. Now, I noticed that the Saints cheerleaders are all in red tonight, which is a little out of character for them for a Dwenger ball game, but that is to bring prayers to a young man, a freshman football player here at Bishop Dwenger named Clayton Stewart, who's had some health issues and fighting for his life. So prayers up to Clayton and his family from us here at Redeemer.
Absolutely. We wish him the best. 12 minutes on the clock. Saints and Legends on the field, and we are set to go in quarter number 3. Saints trying to move on to the regional round. They've made it to semi-state 3 years in a row, but before they can try to extend that to 4, they have to win this game here. Kick is in the air, short kick, and it is fielded at the 24-yard line. Here comes Sam Campbell through the middle, following his blockers, and upended at the 36-yard line. So some nice starting field position.
Yeah, not bad at all. I think both teams will take that, actually. I think the Legends are happy not to have it any better than that, and the Saints will take it at the 36. And, something that we didn't really talk about much in the first half, because we haven't had to, is there haven't been many penalties in this one.
Right.
The yellow flags have been kept in the pocket so far tonight, which we love. Let them play.
Yeah. Let things happen between the hashes. Here we go. First down, it is a pitch to the near side and a nice cutback there. It's going to be a gain of 8 yards on first down for Louis Tippmann.
Yeah, a little toss sweep around the left side, and looked like number 4, Austin Chapman, in on the tackle for the Legends, but not before Louis able to pick up about 8.
Second and 2, Saints up to the 45-yard line already.
That's an adjustment they've made. Louis didn't get an opportunity to touch the ball much in the first half, and my guess is they're going to turn this over to the capable hands of their offensive line and see where it takes them here on this first drive.
Well, it wore down the Legends in their first meeting, no doubt. By the second half, especially the fourth quarter, that was a different battle in the trenches. It's going to be handoff, KJ Tippmann. He's going to find no room initially, and then he's going to bounce it out to the right side and pick up 5 yards for a first down.
Yeah, just a little straight fullback dive right up the middle by KJ, and it looked like number 3, Ronald Collins III, in on the tackle from his safety spot, but not before KJ got the first down. Ball at the 50-yard line.
Yep. Opening drive of the second half. Saints trailing by 3. I formation, and Lytle under center. Takes a snap. He's going to fake the handoff, looks to throw, chucks it down the field. Henry O'Keefe is open, and it is caught at the 10. Sliding down to the 5-yard line is O'Keefe, and that time Lytle was perfectly on target.
Yeah, they finally connect on a big play, do the Saints, and Henry O'Keefe is able to do so and get the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line. Just what the Saints needed to start the second half.
They've missed on the home run play over and over again. That time they hit it, and a first and goal for the Saints. And here comes John Michael Fabini.
That spells power I formation for the Saints.
They don't want to risk a turnover this time in the red zone. Lytle's going to hand it off. Gavin Groves cuts back inside, gets to about the 3, and that's it.
Little blast play, off the left side. Groves jumps in there behind the beefiest of the Saints offensive linemen and picks up a yard or 2, but still second goal from the 4.
That's a heck of a job by the legends in the trenches.
It really is.
Against all those big bodies. Second and goal from the 4. This time to KJ Tippmann. He drives, and he is going to be into the end zone.
No. A yard short. Fullback dive right straight up the middle, and Aspen Pippin Board, the number 68, 6'2", 250-pound defensive lineman for the Legends, grabs a hold of KJ and holds him off from the end zone.
Third and goal from inside the 1-yard line. Power I. Lytle's going to keep it himself. Looks like he's in.
Yep.
Waiting for the initial call here.
Both officials rush in.
And touchdown. Touchdown is called on the field. Lytle sneaks it in from the 1-yard line. And just like that, the Saints strike 2 minutes and 7 seconds into the second half.
Yep, that's a big drive right out of the half by the Saints. Showed no panic, just honestly, obviously the big play right down the middle on that post route to Henry O'Keefe, a home run ball that they were able to complete and weren't able to get that done in the first half.
Belanda to give the Saints a 4-point lead. The snap is good, the kick is up, and it is good as well. 10-6 your score as Bishop Dwenger takes their first lead of the ball game. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Are you looking for an orthopedic specialist? Ortho Northeast has been serving the community for over 55 years with offices in 3 convenient locations. Dr. John Pritchard is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon with over 25 years of experience with O&E and can assist you with the best treatment plan for your knee or shoulder pain. Dr. John Pritchard is looking forward to meeting you and helping with all your orthopedic needs. Call Dr. Pritchard at 260-484-8551 or online at orthone.com.
Welcome back to Shields Field. Saints on top 10-6, getting ready to kick things away. And we'd like to remind you, as the Saints take the field, that the St. Felix Catholic Center in Huntington, Indiana offers one-day and overnight retreats with over 70 rooms. Be sure to visit Our Lady in her grotto and walk the 30 scenic acres. St. Felix is the former home of the Blessed Solanus Casey. Visit their website at sfcatholiccenter.com to schedule your next meeting or retreat.
Just as we said that first Saints drive out of the half was going to be a huge drive in this game, I think this next drive, the first drive for the Legends, will be equally as big. They need a good start on special teams here on a return, and then they've got to do something offensively to fire back at the Saints.
Yep, gut check time on the opposite sideline for sure. Here comes Joe Belanda to kick this one away. And it's going to be a squib kick down the middle, takes a big bounce, and is fielded by Jordan Turner at the 27-yard line. And meanders his way up to the 35.
Interesting kickoff. Sort of did the Legends a favor there, I think, field position-wise, giving them a easy to field kick, and they'll get a start from the 35, which is probably the best field position that they've had off of a kickoff.
Yeah, Belanda has been routinely putting that, as we said earlier, inside the 10.
Yeah, curious. Makes me wonder if maybe it was supposed to be a little shorter, where they had a shot, thought they had a shot to recover in a hole in their scheme.
Right.
But nonetheless, the Legends will start from the 35 here.
Deuce Taylor in the shotgun with 3 receivers to the far side. Here's a snap, looks to throw, fires it towards the sideline, overthrown Johnson, and nearly made it out to the far receiver out there, but incomplete.
Threw that off of his back foot. I don't know if you noticed that, Eric, but he was retreating out of the pocket, and there really wasn't any pressure on him. So he's still keenly aware of how much heat the Saints can bring, even when they don't get to him. It's funny that we bring that up, because one of the stats I found amazing, John Michael Fabini on the season has 12.5 sacks to lead the area, but they list him as having 50 quarterback hurries on the season.
Wow.
That's an amazing statistic.
In 10 games. No question. Here is Deuce Taylor, pressure off of the edge, and somehow sidearms that. He couldn't even see the receiver when he threw the football.
And who was pressuring him? John Michael Fabini, another quarterback hurry to his list. But, it looked like a really nice play for the Legends, but only for 1 yard.
Yeah, Ryan Collins on the receiving end, and that's going to set up a 3rd and 9. Taylor in the huddle.
Yeah, 3rd and 9. Big play for the Legends right here.
9:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Legends send 3 receivers to the far side. Taylor in the backfield with Lambert. Now Lambert's in motion to that side as well. Looks to Lambert. Now fires it across the middle. Oh, and looks like he's going to cut back up and have just enough for a 1st down. A Dwenger defender.
Sam Pisa.
Yeah, he
fell down.
missed his footing, or else he might have jumped in front of that pass for an interception.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't fall down, Sam Pisa picks that off and maybe in a pick 6.
Yeah.
It was a big opportunity there for him and just simply fell down, and big play for the Legends because of it.
Yeah, we both saw the same thing. I wanted to talk about Sam instead of where the ball was going there. So that's good for a 1st down, and the ball up to the the Northside 46-yard line. Shifting the offensive line now. Taylor looks back at Lambert. Trips have moved to the near side of the field. Taylor's going to hand it off to Lambert. Trying to escape a tackle. He will not. Saints converge in the backfield and throw him for a loss.
They ran another counter tray there off to the left side where they pulled the backside or the right guard and tackle out in front to the left. A play that they racked up over 300 yards of offense on a week ago. And the Saints have an answer for that this week. I don't think they've gained much more than a yard or 2 when they've run that play tonight.
Yeah. 2nd and 11. Taylor looking out over the defense. Got a man in motion. That's Johnson. And Taylor's going to fake the handoff. Now cut back inside on the quarterback keeper, and he gets wrangled down again for a loss.
Couldn't tell if he faked the handoff or if he just missed the handoff, because it almost appeared that Lambert thought he was getting the ball and then didn't, and it looked like a broken play. So not what the Legends needed. Going to force them into a 3rd and long here.
Legends trying to respond to the Saints, who put their first touchdown on the board on the previous possession. Bishop Dwenger leads this game 10-6 with 7:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Taylor's going to need to make a play here on 3rd and 13. He's got 3 receivers to the near side. Looks that direction. Waiting to throw. Got pressure. Taylor escapes and rolls to the opposite side. Now chucks it up. Jump ball in the middle of the field. And it's going to be, is it intercepted? No, incomplete. That was a curious decision there by Deuce Taylor.
No question. He just threw it up for grabs.
Yeah.
And great job of pressure by that Dwenger defense. Amazing, quite frankly, that they were still able to put pressure on him. The Legends had a tight end blocking John Michael Fabini. They then chipped him with their running back Hassan Lambert, and he was still able to get pressure with his rest of his Dwenger teammates.
That is power. 4th and 13. Punt gets away. It is a high one, but not a lot of distance. Does take a Legend bounce. And several Legend bounces as it trickles down inside the 30, the 26-yard line.
I see you, Dylan. Hey, if you take it, you can beat it.
That's where the Saints will take over. Brendan Lytle and company back out onto the field here. They lead 10-6, looking to add to their lead.
This is a pretty critical drive for the Northside Legends defense, quite frankly. They need a stop here and to get off the field. If the Saints take it down and put some points on the board again, it could be near the end for the Legends.
Lytle's certainly not one to lack confidence. So after hitting that big play down the field, he is out for blood. Looking to throw, fires this one to the far side. It is caught and thrown down after a short gain on 1st down. That was O'Keefe up to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, great piece of defense by Michael Dye, sophomore defensive back for the Legends, was able to hold O'Keefe to just a gain of 3 or 4 there.
2nd and 7. As we tick down to halfway through this 3rd quarter, it's been dominated by the Saints thus far. Took the opening possession of the half down for a touchdown. and then just forced a Northside punt. 3 wide receivers to the near side for Lytle. He will hand it off. KJ Tippmann through the middle. He's got a hole, runs through one tackle and up across the 40 to the 44-yard line, and good for a Saints first down.
Boy, that's been a big play for the Saints running game tonight, that inside zone. It's not anything special. You don't pull any linemen on it. It's just simply a zone play, and KJ's found some great real estate in running that tonight.
So the Saints move the chains and keep the clock moving here. Trips to the near side once again. Here's Lytle in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Lytle looks to throw. He's got time, fires it, and squeezes that one into Sioka right near the midfield stripe, gain of 5 yards.
Yeah, number 5, Arian McCarter was there real quickly, but one of the things we're seeing out of the Saints, you asked for adjustments earlier, they are hitting some intermediate passes in the second half here. They are taking some shorter ones, taking what the defense gives them to move the chains, and they look like a much more efficient offense because of it.
I wonder if Nick Gray down there kind of walked past the coaching staff and whispered in their ear.
Yeah, Nick probably did.
2nd and 5 for the Saints. Here's Lytle, gives the handoff, and KJ Tippmann again with a strong run, this time burrowing his way through the Legend defense to the 45-yard line.
This is the Dwenger Saints offense that we're used to. Much more balance, a nice run, a nice intermediate pass, just moving the chains in a methodical way.
Saints now into Legend territory. They're going to spread things out with 2 wideouts on each side. Lytle in the shotgun. Here's a snap. KJ again through the middle, and once again, lots of running room. He goes inside the 40 to the 38, and that's a pickup of 7 yards on first down.
They've got more than 5 yards of carry about every time they run that inside zone, so I would stick with that as the flavor of the day when it comes to the running game for sure, even though KJ's sort of limping his way off the field here.
Yeah, he is laboring his way off the field, replaced by Louis Tippmann. So the Saints may try to stick with the same play, but it's not going to have the power of KJ back there. Here's a snap. Louis Tippmann with the run. And he gets bottled up and thrown down at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Big Jacob Lambert. I was going to say Jacob Lambert, number 74 for the Legends, but 6'4", 240, that's big Jacob Lambert, was able to get a hold of Louis and hold him to virtually no gain.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. And the Saints, you got to believe, are in 4-down territory here.
Gavin Groves checks in for Louis Tippmann at the I-back.
3:20 to go in this 3rd quarter. It's been all Saints so far in this stanza. Lytle's in the shotgun, trips to the far side. He rolls to the near side, keeps it himself, spins his way, and with that last lunging effort, Lytle picks up a first down.
Yeah, did a really nice job there of picking up that first down after initial contact from Hassan Lambert from his inside linebacker spot. Took a shot, but able to twist out of it and get the first down, did Brendan Lytle.
Yep, absorbed the hit and then able to have the presence of mind to fall forward. Something that these Bishop Dwenger running backs do exceedingly well, especially Devin Tippmann. So the Saints not only driving the ball down the field, but using a lot of clock to do so, and looking to go up by 2 scores if they can punch this in the end zone. Lytle takes a snap, design quarterback run through the middle. He's got some room down the sideline. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Saints.
Really nice play, just a little, looked like quarterback read up the middle, and he kept it, which he hasn't done all night, and picked up a lot of room there for a touchdown, and that's a backbreaker for the Legends.
Wow. 16-6, and Corey, you know what happens when the Saints put 16 points on the board.
Remind me again, Eric.
Under Jason Garrett, the Saints are 28-0 when they score 16 points in regulation.
I love that stat.
It's great. I'm going to ride it as long as I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Belanda set to put this one through on the PAT attempt. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it is good. Your score with 2:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. Bishop Dwenger 17, Northside 6. We'll be back after this. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Mike Lay with Knights of Columbus Insurance has been humbly serving Catholic families in Northeast Indiana since 2013. Knights of Columbus Insurance is a Catholic company serving Catholic families since its founding by Venerable Father Michael J. McGivney in 1882. Does your insurance company invest in a way that complements your religious beliefs? Are they pro-life, pro-family? Are they charitable and Catholic? If you would like to work with an insurance company that follows the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops guidelines for investments, call Mike to learn about the Catholic difference. Mike Lay with Knights of Columbus Insurance, 438-8677.
We are back at Shields Field. Corey, that huge run by Brendan Lytle, he had some help out there on the outside.
Yeah, no question about it. Austin Busher was big downfield on a block, according to my instant replay man, Sean McBride. And, let's give kudos where they're due to that Dwenger offensive line unit. They have come out and handled the line of scrimmage in this second half so far.
2:33 to go in the third quarter. Through one half of football, your score was 6-3, but Bishop Dwenger's leading this third quarter 14-0. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and Northside has not had an answer up to this point.
Yeah, it's getting late early here for the Legends unless they do something on this drive. They need to do something to stem the tide here.
Yeah, by no means out of the football game. And if you have one quarterback who you need to sling it around the field, I'd want number 2.
Yeah, no question about it. Deuce Taylor's the guy. We'll see if he can get something going here.
Belanda kicks this one away. This time they do go deep. Johnson back into his own end zone for a touchback. So the Legends will start at their own 20-yard line. And what can the Legends do to answer it? We've talked about their playmakers all night long. Jordan Turner's been active. Bronte Johnson's been rather quiet. There's a guy, Corey, we talk about him as a freshman, what he's done. He leads the state in receiving yards among freshmen, and it's not even close. He has more than 2 times the yards of the next freshman.
No kidding. That's pretty impressive. And
Yeah.
he looks anything but a freshman.
Yeah.
He is well put together. Good-looking athlete out there.
We'll see if Deuce Taylor has time to get the ball to his wideouts. Here's 1st and 10. Taylor rolls, fires it over. It's Sewell on the catch. Stiff arms one defender, but dragged down. And nice job there by Callan Stauffer.
Yep. Haven't called Callan's name much tonight, but really nice job there on that play. I've been impressed. I've also got to give credit to that Northside Legend coaching staff. They have done a nice job in scheme offensively, making some adjustments for where they lacked in the first game against the Saints. That extra tight end they're keeping in, chipping with the back. They're doing some things that they didn't do week 2.
Yep. Here is a second down play. It's going to be a pitch, and Lambert around the left side looking for the corner, and the Saints do a great job there stringing out the play and forcing Lambert out of bounds with a minimal gain.
Adam Lee kept it from even being a corner. I mean, he strung that out all the way to the sideline from his corner spot and just never let Hassan turn the corner. Really well done by Adam Lee.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. And the Legends in dire need of a first down. Inside 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Legends send 3 receivers to the near side. Deuce Taylor in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to throw. Got pressure, rolls out, spins out of one tackle, still has time, fires across the middle, and has Sewell wide open across the 40-yard line to the 43. Good for a Legends first down.
Fantastic play by Deuce Taylor there to avoid John Michael Fabini. Nobody's been able to do that all season long in the backfield.
Yeah.
And he was able to spin his way away and throw a strike down the middle of the field to Sewell.
There we see the deep play action of this Northside offense when they have time for those deep routes to develop. 1st and 10, Taylor this time rolls to his right, stops, looks to throw, and he's going to fire that one out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a good decision on his part. He just simply had nobody open. And I think he wanted to go backside to that drag route, but just really well covered by the Saints secondary.
Yeah, actually caught by Lytle on the sideline.
He's making plays on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 as Taylor comes into the huddle. Keep in mind, the Legends were inches away from having 13 points on the board right now.
You bring
That
up a
turnover
great
on the
point.
goal line looms
Yeah.
huge right now, as well as the missed extra point. Here's Taylor, looks to throw, fires it on a rope, and that one is caught by Turner for a first down.
And quite frankly, Eric, he really wasn't open.
No.
I mean, Taylor just jammed that in there. And impressive throw and impressive catch from number 11, Jordan Turner.
Yeah, when you put that ball on a wire like that on about a 10, 12-yard route, there's not much time for Jordan to react.
And he used his hands out in front of his body. He didn't let the ball come into his body, or I think it would have been defended and knocked away. So really nice play.
Sewell goes in motion now for Taylor. Takes a snap, hands off to Lambert, looking for the left edge, bounces it outside down to the 40-yard line, and that's about as far as he gets, but 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, good job downfield by the Legends receivers, blocking on the edge there for that 5-yard run.
Lambert keeps the Legends moving. 49 seconds to go in this third quarter. Legends down by 2 scores, 17-6.
Nice series going here, though. Nice drive.
Well, there's no sense of panic or anything like that from Northside. They've got plenty of time. They know they've got the playmakers to move this ball down into the scoring range. Johnson in motion now. And wow, what a penetration there. Spun down for a huge sack. That's Aziz Dixon blowing up the play and throwing down Taylor for a sack.
Boy, that's a name we don't see on defense very often. Way to go, Aziz. There was a blitz right up the middle. I couldn't tell whether it looked like Devin Tippmann came out of nowhere on the blitz and blew up the running back, forced Deuce Taylor to keep it, and then Aziz Dixon cleaned him up.
Yeah.
So really nice blitz scheme there from the Saints defensive coordinator, Dan Nepper.
A very favorable spot. It's good for a loss of 1 there. Of course, it looked a lot worse because Dixon threw him down into the backfield. But here comes Taylor again, has to sidearm, and this one called incomplete, very close to a lateral.
Yeah, I'm not so sure it wasn't a lateral, quite frankly. I'd like to see the replay on that one because he went sidearm, and it appeared it was a lateral. But Coach Garrett's not happy about the call.
Not at all. Runs out onto the field, takes his headset off, and lets the official hear it.
I think the Legends would have recovered it anyway, so it's not as big a play maybe as he's making it out to be, but it would have been loss of some yardage for sure.
That's the risk you take when you can't see the receiver and you just try to sidearm that thing out into the flat. Here's 4th and 11, punting situation. They get it away and bounces at the 25-yard line. The Northside Legends let that roll inside the 15. And that is going to take us to the end of the third quarter. A quarter dominated by the Saints as they put 2 touchdowns on the board and lead this ball game 17-6. Back with fourth quarter action after this. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
The unpredictable Midwest weather can be tamed thanks to Current Mechanical.
Guys, let's take
Call
one
Current
minute.
Mechanical for all your commercial, industrial, and institutional needs for heating and air conditioning. Current Mechanical will custom design a solution just for you. Current Mechanical, delivering value, quality, and performance. Current Mechanical is a proud sponsor of Redeemer Radio Sports. Call 420-8138 or visit us on the web at currenthvac.net.
All right.
Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram knows that every buyer is different. Maybe you don't have a trade, or you don't have a whole lot to put down. Maybe you're working through a divorce, and maybe you declared bankruptcy that one time. You don't have to settle for a poor, depleted selection of vehicles on some shady corner lot, because believe it or not, you can still drive a brand new vehicle. Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has a finance approval plan just for you. You can still have a big dealership experience, even with credit issues, at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, under the giant American flag on Coliseum, and always online at glenbrookdodge.com.
Back at Shields Field, let's send things down to Nick Gray. Nick, take it away.
Well, guys, I just got an update over from Bishop. Eastside did score, so right now it's 28-21. Lures leading that matchup. The winner of that one will play LaPel or Tipton, and right now Tipton's in 28-14. Homestead's beating Warsaw 23-14. Concordia is really having a great night too. They're beating Norwell 24-0.
Wow.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Nick. Here comes a first down play for the Saints. It's an inside handoff and looked like KJ Tittman on the rush.
Yep, just that inside zone play that they've had a lot of success with in the second half. KJ able to pick up about 8 yards. That Dwenger St. offensive line getting it done up front right now in the run game.
Arion McCarter slow getting up. They're going to make him sit this one play out since they had to stop play there for a second. So it's going to be second and about 2 yards for the Saints. Again, ball at their own 21-yard line. The Saints holding on to an 11-point lead as we start this fourth quarter, trying to win a sectional championship here at home. I formation, Lytle directing traffic. And what do we have? A timeout. Saints want to talk this over.
Yeah, had some personnel issues there where couldn't figure out quite how to get set.
Yeah.
So they're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we talk about the Saints here at Shields Field. They're 10-1 all-time at Shields Field, including 2-0 in the postseason. Of course, one of those wins was a sectional championship last year against Northrop, and trying to make it 2 for 2 in sectional title games at Shields Field. Just a beautiful venue.
5A sectional championship games as well, which is, you know, obviously we got bumped up to 5A after some success in 4A, and hasn't slowed the Saints down one bit.
We were talking pregame, Corey, about Dwenger playing at home. This is their 4th straight home game here at Shields Field. They have not left the friendly confines for quite some time since the Lures game, which seems like eons ago.
Yeah.
But ever since then, the Saints have been at home. Of course, you had a bye week thrown in the middle of that. And there's only been one other time in the last 25 years that Dwenger has played 4 straight home games, which, Corey, I posed to you as a trivia question. You correctly guessed.
Well, that's because I was on the sidelines for those who can remember them. With thanks to guys like Mike Fiacable and Ryan Watercutter, we made a nice little run back in 2013.
There you go.
A point away from a state championship.
Yeah, I remember well. Lytle, this time wheel route out of the backfield is wide open, 35-yard line. It looks like Sam Campbell on the reception.
Yeah, just out of the backfield, and Legends had no one there to cover him, and big play for the Saints.
21-yard gain for Campbell, and Lytle that time found him right away. Campbell had some running room in front of him. If you are the Saints, you would like nothing better than a long, methodical 8-minute drive here that ends up with a score to put this game out of reach.
No doubt about it. Up 11 now. You got to be feeling good about where you're at. Just take as much time as you can.
I formation for the Saints. They'll fake the handoff. Lytle rolls to his right, fires over the middle. Wide open, Jack Tittman, and that's a first down across midfield for the Saints.
First time they got Jack Tittman involved in the offense tonight. I love, that's Jack's 9th catch on the season. He came in tonight with 8 catches, 4 of them for touchdowns. That's one of my favorite Saints stats.
Yeah.
So when he catches the ball, normally it's a big play, and that was a big one again over the middle.
2 big chunk plays for the Saints, and just like that, they move from the 16-yard line to the Northside 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Saints on the move. Lytle barks out instructions. He's going to come into the shotgun with trips to the far side. Jack Tittman split out wide, and inside handoff that time is defended well by the Legends. No gain on the play.
Little power play right up the middle that was well defended by that Legend defensive line.
Bring up a 2nd and 10. 10:22 to go in the ball game. Again, we know the winner of this game will be playing Zionsville in the next round in the regionals. Really interesting. Zionsville had a bye, then a game, and essentially another bye this week. You got to wonder how that affects the rhythm of a team.
They might have some coaches here in the stands. We don't know.
2nd and 10, Saints. Lytle looks to throw again. Fires this one down the middle. Had a wide open Henry O'Keefe and overshot him. Actually, the defender was behind him, so if anything, an underthrow might have resulted in a completion there. But Lytle put too much heat on it.
Going to bring up 3rd and 10, and
a little surprised the Saints haven't kept it on the ground exclusively on this drive.
Yeah, you would have thought they would have pounded it out and ran that clock a bit, but nonetheless.
Yep, now a 3rd and 10, so passing situation. And they're going to go I formation here. Campbell in motion. They will give the handoff, and it's KJ Tippmann straight ahead for 4 yards. That's going to bring up a 4th down, and I'm expecting the Saints won't risk giving the Legends.
I don't know about that. You normally run the ball on 3rd and 10 if you're planning to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, I thought maybe they're just trying to pin Northside deep in their own territory.
I think they're going to go here. They're up by 2 scores. They're in the I formation. I assume they're going.
Oh, bit of a broken play there. Lytle is just going to step forward and will not get the yardage.
I'm not sure what happened there. Can't imagine they thought they could pick up a 1st down on 4th and 6 with a quarterback sneak. So clearly some miscommunication there between the offensive staff and the quarterback.
It looked like not everyone moved when they snapped the football, so I think there was a bit of a cadence issue. Maybe Lytle was trying to draw him off sides first and didn't expect the snap.
Yeah, I see some palms up in the air by the offensive coordinator on the sideline wondering, what was that?
Yeah.
That's not what I called.
You know that feeling.
I've been there, yeah.
Not often, of course. So the Legends take over. Again, plenty of time left, 9:13, and the Legends down by 2 scores with good field position. Taylor zings it to the sideline, nearly picked off.
Yeah, great defensive play by Callan Stauffer out there. That is a long throw for an out route from the far hash to the far sideline, and Deuce has got the best arm in the city, quite honestly, and but that one was nearly picked off.
2nd and 10. Yeah, that play, the ball had to travel so far through the air that it gave Stauffer time to react and step in front of it.
That's exactly right.
3 receivers this time for Northside. Taylor again zings it that way. This time it's caught. Turner tries to shed 1 tackle, and he's going to be taken down after a short gain of 4.
Certainly added to his state leading receptions tonight. He's been targeted a lot for the Legends.
Yeah, but they have not been able to break the big play, though.
You're exactly right. They've all been intermediate catches, and the Saints have done a great job of keeping everything in front of them in the secondary. I mean, they just don't give up the big play.
That was one thing that Northside actually did a few times in their first meeting. They had a couple big plays.
Yeah.
Turner broke one that eventually got tackled inside the 10, but it went about 70 yards. This time 3rd and 5. Here's Taylor, looks to throw. He's got pressure converging, steps up in the pocket, and somehow gets rid of the football. It is caught, and down the right sideline goes Rodney Woods. He is going to get to the end zone, diving for the pylon.
Is that Woods or is that Bronte Johnson?
They're going to call him out of bounds at the 4.
What an amazing play by Deuce Taylor.
Wow.
I thought, for all intents and purposes, he was sacked.
Yeah.
When he stepped up in that pocket and was able to just kind of almost shovel it forward to his receiver. And I couldn't tell him. It may have been Woods, but I thought it was Johnson. It was Woods. All right, it was Woods. Good call, Eric. And great run. I thought he made it into the end zone.
Yeah. I think they said he stepped out at the 3, which was when he made his dive for the pylon.
Okay. Well, I hate to be a broken record and bring up your point from earlier, but they're about to stick it in the end zone here, and think if they would have scored on that series in the first half, what a game we'd have.
Right. We still have quite a game.
Yeah.
And we're going to step aside right now with a timeout on the field. You're listening to High School Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by locally owned Bob Busher Homes, specializing in designing and building high-quality custom homes on lots, land, and lakes. Visit our website at bobbusherhomes.com to explore floor plans, building sites, new homes for sale, remodel information, and our open house schedule. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. Bob Busher Homes. We make your dreams come true.
We are back at Shields Field, and the Northside Legends on the doorstep. Corey, that play, just a phenomenal job by Deuce Taylor to step up, to let the pressure go around him, behind him, step up in the pocket, and just get rid of that ball before going down. He was very close to crossing the line of scrimmage, but I think he just got that away. And now 1st and goal. Here's Taylor. No, it's going to be a Wildcat play.
That's 17, Brashawn Bassett in at Wildcat. Trying a little student body right, so to speak.
Yep.
And
picks up a yard.
Maybe a yard, yeah.
They'll move that to the 2-yard line.
I assume they'll go back to Taylor here.
So the Saints holding on to an 11-point lead. If Northside can punch this one in, you got to figure they'd go for 2 to try to cut it to a 3-point game. Although I'm not sure they've had a lot of success kicking the football. Taylor in the shotgun now from the 2-yard line, 2nd and goal. Hand off, Lambert. Is he in?
I think he's in.
Right at the goal line,
he
touchdown.
Is.
Legends punch it in for 6, and they make this a 1-score game with 7:22 to go in the 4th quarter.
That's a part of the offensive game they just didn't have in week 2 was that run game with Hassan Lambert, and he has been really good tonight against a stout Bishop Dwenger rushing defense.
Well,
I think your prediction's coming true. It appears to me they're going for 2.
Yeah, really impressed with that short yardage situation. The Saints selling out for the run there, and Legends still able to punch it in. So 17-12 is your score. Legends offense on the field to try to convert this 2-point conversion, make it a field goal game. Lambert in the backfield with Taylor. Now he moves in motion. Taylor looks to throw to the opposite side of the field, and it is off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Jordan Taylor, and incomplete.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. You don't see Taylor drop one, and that was just simply a little bit too much heat on that one right through his hands.
Yep. So 17-12 remains your score, and we will step aside. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Matt Hatfield and Isaac Campbell are health insurance specialists for individuals, families, and small employers. Matt and Isaac provide Medicare supplement plans, Medicare Advantage plans, individual marketplace plans, short-term medical plans, and small group employer plans. For taking good care during the best years of your life, call Hatfield Insurance Services at 432-5406.
Back at Shields Field, let's check in with Nick Gray on the sideline.
Well, there's quite a ball game going on over at Bishop Luers. Bishop Luers is really lighting it up right now, guys. They're leading Eastside 42-28. And remember, the winner of that one will play Tipton or LaPel, and Tipton's leading that 28-14. Homestead's beating Warsaw 30-14. Concordia is still up 24-0 on Norwell, and East Noble is beating Leo 10-0. Back up to you guys.
All right, thank you, Nick.
Well, I think you're seeing the strength of the SAC tonight.
Yeah.
You know, you're seeing Luers taking care of Eastside right now. You're seeing Norwell really getting it put on them by Concordia. You're seeing Homestead take care of Warsaw.
And this kick, short kick, fielded by the Saints, and excellent job following some inside blockers all the way up to the 39-yard line.
I couldn't tell who was on the return. Really nice return. Maybe Aziz Dixon. I don't know. Was that 27 or was that Louis Tittman, 26?
Yeah.
Nicely done, regardless of who it was. And the Saints are going to start with some pretty good field position here. Legends in this ball game now, down 5, 7:17 left, and they need to stop.
Yeah, if they get a stop and get the ball back, plenty of time to get down the field, and a touchdown would give them the lead. So the Saints, they need some first downs. They need to churn out a long drive here if they want to keep the football away from Deuce Taylor and company. First down, Lytle looks to throw, and it's over to Sam Campbell on the right side, cuts back inside across the midfield stripe, and that's good for a gain of 11 yards and a Bishop Dwenger first down.
Really nice looking play there by the Saints. A little intermediate out route to Sam Campbell, who's able to move the chains. That's a great drive starter for Bishop Dwenger.
Well, not only do the Saints hit the intermediate pass, but they go for a high percentage play. They're not going to risk an incompletion to stop the clock, and they're going to make put the ball in the hands of a playmaker and let them get some yards. That's what they did.
Exactly.
First and 10 on the midfield stripe. They're letting this clock tick down inside. 5 seconds to go on the play clock. And Lytle takes a snap. Hand off to KJ Tittman. He's going to be able to bounce it outside, looking for a block. He's got one across the 40 to the 35, down to the 30-yard line before he's ushered out of bounds. And KJ Tittman picks up 21 yards on that run.
Really nice cut by KJ Tittman. It looked and appeared as if he was going to be taken down in the backfield.
Yeah.
74. Jacob Lambert had him dead to rights back there, but Tittman was just simply able to elude him, and then he got outside and turned it into a 21-yard gain.
KJ does a fantastic job of putting his head down and grinding out those extra yards at the end of the run. It's going to be a 1st and 10 Saints at the Northside 28-yard line. Here's Lytle in the shotgun. Again, handoff. This time, Tittman tries to muscle his way forward, gets about a yard on that play.
Yeah, another inside zone there, but the Legends were ready for it this time. And big number 77. I think that's Desmond McKenzie in there again for the Legends. He's had a pretty good night on that nose guard spot.
2nd and 9 for the Saints. We tick down to 6 minutes to go in regulation. Saints trying to grind out some time and extend their lead with this drive. It's going to be shotgun with trips to the near side for Lytle. Looks in that direction, throws it. And another play there caught by Sam Campbell. This time they take him down immediately and no room to run. Tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Really nice play by Deani White of the Northside Legends. Came up from the safety spot and made a great open field tackle on Sam Campbell there to force 3rd and long.
Yeah, big play here for the Saints. 5:26 to go and counting. Still plenty of time for North. And Bishop Dwenger right now on the 26-yard line. They're right on the cusp of field goal range. They send 3 receivers out to the far side. Jack Tittman split out to the near side for Lytle. Looking to throw, quarterback keeper through the middle. And he's going to follow his blockers, push forward inside the 20 to the 19. He's going to be about a yard short, Corey, and this is a big play call right here.
Yeah, that's a nice play. A little quarterback draw, and you'll run it on 3rd and long if you plan to go for it on 4th normally, and I'm sure that's what the Saints are going to do right here. They bring the power group in, John Michael Fabini and Michael Finley come in. Gavin Groves at the I spot. Looks like they're going to go power I here.
So Garrett turns down the 36-yard field goal attempt that would give the Saints an 8-point lead if they converted. And instead, here comes the offense. They need 1 yard to keep this drive going. Hand off to KJ Tittman. He's got the yard, dives down to the 15-yard line.
Wow, I got to credit the effort of the Legends, though. Number 5, it looks like Arian McCarter was in there and just whiffed on the tackle in the backfield that would have cost the Saints on 4th down, but nonetheless, they're able to pick up the 1st down and keep the chains moving.
Lytle with a good show of sportsmanship there, offering his hand to pick up McCarter. McCarter said no thanks.
He dove over the line of scrimmage to try to make that tackle, laying it all on the line tonight.
1st and 10 Saints, down to 4 minutes left on the clock. Here's Lytle, spread formation. And he's going to keep it himself. Nearly loses his footing, instead dives forward and somehow gains about a yard out of it.
Yeah, they went that inside zone they've used a ton tonight, and he went zone read on that one and kept it, but not much yardage there.
But the ball remains on the ground and more precious time ticking off the clock. 3:37 to go. If you're the Saints, the biggest thing here is no turnover.
No doubt about that.
They want to keep churning this clock, and as we said, even a field goal makes this an 8-point game. Here's Lytle. Hand off to KJ through the middle. Bit of a hole as he piles down inside the 10. They're going to mark him actually down right at the 10-yard line.
Just went inside zone. Going to bring up 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Looks like 3rd and 5 here. And this is a big deal. This is a huge play for the Legends because they need a stop. And even if they can force 3, they're still down by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion if they can force a field goal.
Timeout on the field as the Legends want to talk about this 3rd and 5. We'll step aside as well. You're listening to high school football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Save money, save energy, and make your home more comfortable. Just call Momper Insulation to re-insulate your existing home. By adding insulation to ceilings and attics, sidewalls, crawl spaces, and basements, your home will stay warmer this winter, and you'll see a noticeable drop in your energy usage. And that translates into savings. Insulation is all we do at Momper.
30 seconds here.
Expert installers and the best materials mean no gaps, no leaks, and no wasted energy. Call Momper Insulation today at 432-7543.
Back at Shields Field, want to remind you that Dr. Adam Asenga of Northeast Chiropractic Center is our 106.3 sports media sponsor. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for all the scores, plays, and highlights. Mike Kelly on the sideline providing the highlights on social media tonight. And we've had some good ones tonight. 3rd and 5. Big play for the Saints here if they want to keep this drive going.
Dare I say the play of the game for the Legends.
So far, until maybe the next play.
Yeah,
they just keep building. I formation for the Saints. KJ and Gavin Groves in the backfield. Lytle handed off. Nope, fakes the handoff to Groves. Looks into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Nearly picked off. The defender was all over Sioka in the corner, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Interesting decision on 3rd and 5. They went play action there out of the I formation, incomplete. Kind of went for the score, and now they're going to have to make a decision.
Yeah.
Do you go? I assume they're going to try to kick this.
I would kick it. Yep, Belanda comes out. I think, for Northside, that's a win. That's what you had to do. Limit this drive to 3 points and give your offense a chance with 2:50 to go in the ball game. Saints might be second-guessing that play call for a little while, though. They've had times before where they've elected not to keep it on the ground and run out clock. And here's the snap, and they're going to blow that one dead. Saints call a timeout, and it's a good thing they did because that field goal was blocked.
Deani White was in there and knocked it down, and what a fortuitous timeout call by the Saints.
Now, I will say that the Saints line did not all move, so they heard the whistle.
Fair enough.
They did not make a full effort to block the defense there, but nevertheless, the Saints are going to talk about this. It's really interesting. We've seen twice tonight in this position, the Saints have lined up to go for it and have changed their mind, elected to go for the field goal. Do they do the opposite here, line up for the field goal and change their minds and decide to keep the offense out?
No, I don't see any way they do that. They must have seen something in the block alignment that they didn't like. I can't imagine that they would take the field goal unit off the field here, up 5 with 2:50 left. I think they've got to try to get the 3.
Well, and I think 5 yards to go is the deciding factor. If it was 4th and 1, maybe.
Yep, absolutely.
So
now, if you were going to use the timeout anyway, thinking ahead, I would have liked to have seen them try to draw them off sides to start with.
Yeah.
With the offense, but nonetheless, if they get this 3, they'll be in pretty good shape.
Both teams with 1 timeout left to go, 2:50 left in the ball game. Belanda is going to kick this one from about the 17-yard line. Kicks it up. Field goal is long enough. It is good. 3 more points on the board for the Saints. They lead this game 20-12 with 2:46 to go.
Quite a ball game. Quite a ball game, and Northside's got to be really happy with where they're at, quite frankly.
Yeah.
They are 2:46 left in this ball game, and they are down by 1 score. They're down by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And if they can, figure out a way, they've got arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the state at the controls of their passing game here, leads the state in passing yardage. This is a great spot for them. The 2:46, they love this opportunity.
For the Saints, they get 3 points to give breather room, but you're absolutely correct, Corey. This is where Northside wanted to be. They absolutely had to limit the Saints to 3 points, no more than that on that drive, and they did that. And, Corey, it's a game of inches. I hate to harken back to that goal line
you're
play,
absolutely
but
right.
If Northside converted their first extra point attempt, and if they would have punched it in on that 1-inch line instead of Deuce Taylor fumbling into the end zone, they could be up 21-20 right now.
Be a completely different ball game. You're right. They've had their chances, but overall have played a really good game tonight.
Of course, I mean, you could say the same thing about the Saints. They've had some turnovers deep in Northside territory. We could play the what-if game to death right now. But
for sure. But that one certainly stands out.
Yes.
Above all others.
2:46 to go. Deuce Taylor is going to try to put this Northside team on his back. They've got a chance to tie the game if they can score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. And here comes Belanda on the approach. They'll squib this kick, fielded by Sewell, running at full speed, and he's going to return this all the way out to the 40-yard line.
Got to ask again why they aren't kicking deep. It doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever why they wouldn't allow Joe Belanda, who's one of their best weapons, to kick that thing deep. They must be so concerned about the long run back that they're willing to give him the ball at the 40. But that's great field position for the Legends.
Yeah, I understand wanting to keep the ball out of Turner's hands, but every time Belanda has kicked it deep, it's either been a touchback or a high kick inside the 10 where the coverage gets him down and tackles inside the 20.
Yeah, they're overthinking it a little bit there.
Yeah. So Deuce Taylor.
60 yards away.
Yep. Took the words out of my mouth.
My apologies.
No, they were good words. Here comes Taylor on first down. Looks to the sideline, zings it, caught by Turner at the 49, and the ball comes out. The Saints fall on the football, and it is Bishop Dwenger football.
Unbelievable play. Jordan Turner, their sure-handed receiver, again, leads the state in receptions in 5A. And he caught it, but then got stood up and stripped over there. It looked like...
who was that who got that strip?
I think Stauffer was involved, and tough to tell. Look, Adam Lee. Adam Lee is who's made a lot of big plays in big games this year for the Saints. I can remember back to the Snyder one in particular. But what a monster play by the Saints secondary.
He has come up with some games that have turned the tide, some plays that have turned the tide in games. And I tell you what, Brendan Lytle was out on the field giving chest bumps almost before that play was over.
You know, we talked about the difference in these teams from week 2. One of the biggest differences we haven't talked about is the Saints secondary, how much they've improved.
Saints hand the ball off on first down, 2 yards up the middle for Louis Tittman.
Their secondary has improved each and every week.
And the Legends going to call their final timeout of the game with 2:26 to go. So here we go.
Let's talk about Zionsville a little bit.
Let's do it.
The potential opponent for the Saints next week. And they are led by a monster up. They're led by multiple monsters up front. But they've got a young man named Joey Tenona, 6'5", 275. He has been offered by LSU, Alabama, and he's a Notre Dame commit on the offensive line. But they go 6'4", 6'5", 6'7", up front on their offensive line. They are big, and they play in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference, which is, my belief, the second best conference in the state. Has Brownsburg, Avon, Fishers, Hamilton Southeastern, Westfield. They play in a big boy conference down there in Indianapolis.
A 5-5 record in that conference is no joke.
Yep, they'll be. Yeah, exactly. 6-5 if you count the forfeit.
Well,
and I don't know whether they count that. I guess you do. You get it as a win. I don't know, but nonetheless, to go 500 in that conference, the Saints are going to have to play a lot better next week against Zionsville.
Well, first they've got to finish business here as KJ Tittman runs that one for no gain. So the Saints are going to be able to run some clock off here, but it's already third down. So they'll run as much clock as they can off here. But this ball game not over. If they don't pick up a first down, Northside's going to get the ball back with a little bit of time.
Yeah, they're going to run a pass here in my mind and try to get that first down picked up.
Now, similar scenario as the Homestead game, though, where they elected to go with the pass and threw an incompletion and left too much time on the clock. Lytle rolls to his left, looking to throw, and he's going to tuck this one and run, and he spun down.
But he stayed in bounds.
He did stay in bounds, and looking for a horse collar tackle, the fans will not get the call.
Northside doesn't like the fact that he got spun out of bounds as well, and they're keeping him in bounds. But that was a really, we've given him a hard time quite a bit the last 2 weeks. That was a good play by Brendan Lytle to be able to figure out a way to stay in bounds and keep that clock running. He didn't throw an incompletion.
Yeah.
He kept it on the ground and stayed in bounds. So nicely done there by Brendan Lytle.
Offense remains on the field. You got to believe a quick punt here by Lytle. And that's exactly what he does. Line drive this time and trickling inside the 20. And with the roll that time, it was favorable. Of course, seconds ticking off the clock as well as that bull rolls down.
Yeah, down 8, 54 seconds left is what
and no timeouts.
Is in front of the, you're right, and no timeouts, and they've got to go 85. This is a tall order for the Legends, but they're a big play offense.
And again, their defense came up and made a stand when they needed it and gave their offense a chance, and that has been the theme of this game. Now, can their high-powered offense make a play here?
They're going to need chunk plays, and they're going to need they don't necessarily need to get out of bounds. In high school football, the clock stops on first downs, but they need chunk plays to get first downs.
Yeah, they can't afford short passes across the middle here. Taylor's in the shotgun, 2 wide outs to the top side, 1 to the bottom. Sectional title on the line. Taylor with a quick out route. It is caught, and he does get out of bounds. Effort there made by Rodney Woods, and he'll pick up about 8 yards on first down.
Yep, and John Michael Fabini had his hair on fire coming in there towards Deuce Taylor, but Deuce was able to get it off just before he got there. And I think that the use of the tight end in their scheme tonight has been a big deal for the Northside Legends to keep Fabini off of Deuce Taylor. If nothing else, it's one more offensive lineman wider that he's got to run around to the quarterback.
Well, at the end of their game in week 2, it was Taylor just absorbing hit after hit after hit, and this time he's able to get rid of the football. Now here comes a blitz again. Taylor, same pattern. Quick out route to the sideline. This time he sails the ball incomplete.
Missed it. Just overthrew him, and the Saints ran a little stunt on the blitz up front, but credit the Legends for picking it up. They did a nice job. The Hassan Lambert stepped right in there in the middle and picked up the blitz. Nicely done.
It's 3rd and 2. If you're Northside, you just got to get a first down here. The clock will stop. Again, only 45 seconds left. But you can't risk turning it over on downs trying to get too big of a play. They'll put 3 wideouts to the far side. Taylor in the shotgun. 3rd and 2. Takes a snap, looks to throw, fires it long down the sideline, jump ball, and it is overthrown yet again. And now here we are at 4th down, Corey.
Wow, that's the kind of chunk play they needed to get, and were unable to complete it. So big play here, 4th and 2, 40 seconds left in this game. They've got to, first and foremost, got to figure out a way to move the chains and keep possession. They'll worry about the rest after they do that.
Yeah, we can worry about the rest right now, but for them, it's do or die right here.
Right.
4th and 2, you're right. They need a first down, and then they need maybe about 20, 30 more yards before they can maybe attempt a Hail Mary. Ball on the 23-yard line. Here comes Taylor, 4th and 2, trying to keep their drive alive. Taylor flushed out. He's going to roll to his right, looking to make a play, fires it, and it is...
Who's there? Devin Tippman.
Intercepted.
Devin Tippman with one hand in a cast makes an interception over the middle. Are you kidding me? Do you think they missed him last week on defense?
A linebacker dropping back into coverage makes a one-handed interception to ice this game, and the Saints are going to be sectional champs for the 4th year in a row.
How in the world do you make an interception with one paw? It's beyond me, but that's what they get in Devin Tippman.
That is your senior captain making a play when you need it.
Well, the Saints are going to look like they're going to escape here, but they got far more from the Legends than I think they expected.
Legends came to play. Their defense caused fits in the first half. Remember, Dwenger had 3 points at halftime.
There's a barn burner going on down at Lewis Field as well. Eastside's down 49-42 to the Knights, but with the ball and 4:45 left. 49-42.
Wow. Lytle takes a knee here, and that's going to do it. No need to run one more play. And the Saints are going to reach out to midfield and salute their opponent. And the Bishop Dwenger Saints, 5A sectional champs for the second year in a row. And they will be moving on to regionals next week. And it's a road trip for the Saints, heading down to Zionsville after a section.